Conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Global.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself.
What to do to avoid being used and left in a difficult dating season as a woman. That is the topic that we have today, that is quite sensitive, and I believe most women have gone through it all. That is why we chose to have this conversation for you and I. Welcome to Benjamin Zulu Global Show. My name is Sylvia Keremi, and this is the conversation that we have today. I know they are waiting.
Yes. We are talking about the sensitivity of a woman's season in particular.
Yeah.
And that if you are not careful and you're just going with the flow of what is common, what feels right, and you do not look at your situation independently, individually, and long term and what serves you, your life will be made worse. Your dating will only leave you at a bad place. So we are telling you about today how to avoid those dating situations, those approaches to dating that actually make your search harder, your journey uphill.
Yeah.
I was talking to one lady who said she'd been in a relationship from the time she was 20, now she's 30. It has broken up and she's lost in space.
That is 10 years.
Yes. And she thinks it's a virtuous thing that she was just dating one man. Men should respect that she's a keeper.
But that's what they are taught to believe.
And I'm telling her, so you giving your body out here to a man who has never married you, you think it's a credit. When another guy wants to marry you, pay the full price, make you his woman, pay the bride price, commit himself to you to get the same thing?
No, it doesn't make sense.
You get?
Yeah.
So, and I squared with that a little bit. So where did you borrow that from? I know it's somewhere in the air. He said, yeah, I think I picked it along somewhere in life. Just get one guy, be loyal to that one. And we were saying the other day that we never quite recover from the way we spend our 20s, because our 20s are like launching time.
Yeah.
You can do some mid-air adjustments, but your 20s are your runway. That's when you pick momentum, defy gravity, and take off to the skies. Or else you land crash, you're stuck in the ground.
Yeah.
They don't tell you this enough, but there are seasons in life that are potent for lifting your life. There are seasons that are potent. They carry the potential to elevate where you exist.
True.
Henceforth. Energy-wise, finance-wise. And many women are ruining their social life saying, at least I'm okay. You can be very miserable in career when your personal life has no joy.
Yeah.
If you have a successful career, but at home you have nobody you can count on.
True.
All your relationships are selfish, exploitative. They leave you wounded, bleeding, confused, low self-esteem, and disoriented. And you're never secure. You're not even supported. You'll be getting over here, draining there, working, draining there.
Yeah.
And while you may have success on one side, the idea is to prosper in health, in soul, in body, is to have a wholesome life.
Yeah.
So many are careless with the way they're handling relationships, comforting themselves that at least they have their own money.
Yeah.
There's something you need beyond money. You cannot stay home and just say you have a good relationship. Neither can you stay at work and say you have a good career.
You have some money.
You need both. So that you can, we said you need money so that you can walk away from situations that you don't like. Money allows you freedom to walk away and live life on your own terms.
Yeah.
When you don't have money, you can't say no.
Yes.
People will really poison you. You have no option. But neither can you ignore the seasons of dating. And we are picking women in particular because you have a menopause that men don't have. Remember, you're not in the same place with men.
True.
Remember that. I don't know why you forget that. Women, you have brought this idea of equality, feminism, activism until you forgot your place in life. You have a sensitivity men don't have.
Yeah.
There's a pause somewhere in your midlife. Men don't have a pause. Remember that. Before you argue too much, just come to the baseline thinking.
And nowadays it's coming very early.
It's even made worse by our lifestyle and our days.
Yeah.
You know? And even if you say, oh, I don't think too much about children, just think about how biased society is when a woman is 35, 40 and she's trying to marry the first time. They're wondering, where were you? It is harder the way of a woman even when she's honest. I'm not saying we are justifying society. We are saying avoid taking the path of more resistance. Avoid more obstacles. There's some things, battles you can avoid.
True.
Preserve your energy for building. Stop picking battles that are unnecessary.
Yeah.
Don't pick loggerheads and you're trying to straighten society by arguing with everyone. How many people can argue with?
Yeah.
Today we want to show you what can make your life smoother, more safe in terms of dating. If you're looking at dating, how to avoid being thrown off the course, how to avoid being disorganized by people who act like they mean well. Some of them even misadvise you when they mean well. Some of the people mislead you are your mentors.
True.
There are people who are father figure, mother figure. Be careful with people who raised you, Sylvia. Sometimes you said you should retire them.
Yeah.
Remember to retire your parent figures. All of them. When you enter maturity, step away. All of them.
All of them.
The biological parent, the spiritual parent, the career parent, all parent authorities interfere with you when you begin to launch because they impose what they think works.
Oh yeah, true.
Yes.
Yes.
Their method, what worked for them.
What worked for them should work for you.
You
That's
may,
what they
find
think.
you may find a godfather who believes in accounting so much because in their day it was the thing.
Like in my family, they believed in teaching.
You know? And I can imagine you being groomed.
Yeah, because actually my mother's side, it's like all of them are in education.
And are you aware that all government jobs have one curse? They don't emphasize investment. They just emphasize job security. We grew up being asked, what do you want to become in terms of a worker?
Yeah.
Which worker? Doctor. Which worker? Engineer. Which worker? Teacher. So the greatest curse in that world, we don't emphasize investment, entrepreneurship, independence.
Yeah.
We emphasize job.
Jobs.
So when people talk about teaching, if only they were talking about it in terms of, we said you should use your job to fund your investments until your investments can fund your freedom. If only they were using the teaching to fund investments that can then set you free.
Yeah.
The freedom was not the goal. It was not even a thing. So we were fed into become doctor, who is just tired, exhausted, depleted, barely making it, and you have a status to prove. So you live a very expensive life to prove that you're a doctor.
Yes.
Drive guzzlers, drive big cars, move to neighborhoods. People notice you leave neighborhood to them, they judge you and then they live there.
Yes. So weird.
People judge you for doing things they're also doing. Because apparently you should be better.
You should be different.
Apparently we see you on TV, apparently you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
Also lawyers also are struggling. These times are bad. I thought only us, even lawyers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We are trying to warn you against this so that you do not get carried off. And some of the things you can do that will help you stay on the narrow path. The path to your dreams is never broad. You find yourself staggering, you're already lost.
Yeah.
The path that leads you to the life you want that is meaningful will always be limited. It will always be narrow.
Yeah.
Doesn't have too many freedoms. If you want too many freedoms, you cannot be also a traveler. Traveler adheres to a schedule. You cannot find a pilot who is just stopping over for 30 minutes and then they have already gone to play golf, to swim,
Yeah.
because they have freedom. When you're on a journey, you stay in the narrow path, have a narrow schedule. Pilots can relax when people are also around, relaxing, but you won't find them over there doing quad bike. You won't find them drinking.
Yeah.
They're on a journey. In fact, they become so accustomed that when they have a trip tomorrow, the day previous, they live a very different life. They start narrowing down to the trip.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
They start packing their bags. They start organizing themselves. Slowly, you can tell they're on the way. If there's a career that requires discipline, it's piloting.
Yes.
Because up there in the skies, all stakes are very high. Those are lives you're floating them in the sky.
Yeah.
A mistake there can be fatal.
Everyone is depending on you.
Yes. Think of now you also flying with your generations. with your dreams, and you're the pilot. This is the precision and carefulness we're bringing you today.
Oh my.
And you are the only one we can count on.
Yeah.
You're the only one who can tell us we are ascending to what height, and then we'll turn which degrees, and we expect to cruise for this many hours, and we'll begin our descent, preparing for landing.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
if you just think of a flight, your life resembles a flight in so many ways. You determine how high you want to ascend, then there'll be an autopilot time when you are cruising. There's no struggle now. When you attain your height and you have gained momentum, those things help you to cruise. You can plan your flight over the long haul. Number one, as a woman, if you don't want to be left in a difficult hanging, I hope we have made it clear the situation you are calling difficult.
Yes.
There are women who have been left hanging
Yeah.
because of a 10-year relationship they were in, because of a 6-month altercation with a narcissist, because of carrying somebody they were trying to prop up,
True.
because of something on and off they were in with someone. You don't stay in on and off. Why? Because if it is going off, it will never be stable.
Yeah.
You don't stay in relationships that die and resurrect, that fade out and in, because they'll never be stable enough and give you the security you need to be fully invested. Remember that.
Yeah.
The precedent of going off, coming back, teaches your heart there's no stability here. So stop coming back. Even your heart knows it.
Yes.
You cannot be fully invested when you know you can die anytime. This person can vanish anytime.
Yeah.
You will always be on guard. You want to be on guard for life? You want to be careful for life?
No.
You want to be careful, looking, not sure, looking over your shoulder, waking up to, are we still together? Are we still talking?
Yeah, sure. There's just too much to think about.
On and
Focus.
off relationships teach you that they have no stability, and your heart cannot trust in part-time. Only some days. Your heart requires stability.
Yes.
If you cannot find stability in that relationship, stop coming back. And people say true love always comes back. No, true love never leaves. If it leaves, it was not true. Or we are not invested in it. Remember, sometimes you can like each other, but you are not invested enough
Yeah.
to make it work. Sometimes the person is just not invested enough. Other times, they like you, but they're not done exploring.
Yeah.
People can say, I love you with all my heart, but I'm not committed mentally to build in one place yet.
Yeah.
They may not say it, but you can see it. Truth is generally not hard to see, it's just hard to accept. If you can look and find that this person is fleeting around and they claim to love you, save yourself. The first point you shall do as a woman is keep the main point the main point.
Keep the main point the main point.
Let me remind you about the perishability of your seasons. That chapters are coming. You shall be blooming. You bloom on this season. The next season there is fruit. The other season there is closure.
Yeah.
The flower blooms, fragrance. That's the only time it's attracting bees, those who can bring nectars, pollens. Then finally there is fruit, a lot of fruit. Then there's harvest, and the cycle is complete.
When you think about it that way, life gets more serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
The shoot grows from the ground, very vibrant.
Yeah.
The growing season, very vibrant. Then the flowering, blooming. Then the fruition, the harvest. And then the seeds are scattered for the next generation to start the cycle.
Yeah.
We are one with the soil. We are one with nature. For as long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, day and night, winter and summer shall not cease. Your seasons are that demarcated.
Yeah.
You see the shoot growing from the ground, very energetic, vibrant. Then it has a flower.
Yeah.
The dating season for you as a woman is that flowering. When you are prettiest, fragrant, and in the sun. that's the time when you find your match, where you shall bear fruit with. And that season, seeing it is that brief. I hear sunflowers glow with the sun, but when there's no sun, they face down.
Yeah.
They're trying to tap into that energy. There's a connectedness and you need to have with where you are sourcing your energy at every season.
Yes.
When you are the shoot, you are sourcing it from the ground. And it's a young plant. It is getting nutrients from the soil. It is deeply rooted. The shoots grow the roots before they grow the shoot. That's usually how it goes.
Yes. Yeah.
The root goes down
The root
first.
goes down.
And the remnant that is left of the house of Judah shall grow
Grows
roots downwards
upward.
and bear fruit upwards.
Upwards.
So you should first grow roots downwards. That's why people have been withering. Because the parable of the sower said the one that sprang up, instead of springing down first,
Yes.
dried up. People have been springing up without rooting.
Growing roots
Rooting
downward.
is knowledge, is healing, is dealing with your past, is anchoring yourself where you belong, is finding your place in this world, is finding your career, finding your place, finding your tribe. Rooting is finding where you belong and establishing yourself in your position in this world of significance and productivity. Rooting is dirty work because it's underneath. Nobody can see it. You're dealing with rocks and soil. But that's where you find anchoring, stability, nutrients, where you find strength. Smooth sea never made good sailors. And only when there's strong winds do trees grow strong roots.
Yeah.
It's because of these times of controversy and people arguing about values. People have reached a point that they're despising a woman's sanctity, a specialness of her body, because they want to be able to chew you.
Yeah.
If they allow you to believe you're special, you won't allow them to chew you. So there's a lot of noise. What is virginity? That is backward.
Yeah.
What is sexual purity? So they argue to take away the virginity. After they take away, every next man will be saying, after all, you're not a virgin. You get the conspiracy?
Yeah.
The first one says, what's special? So you don't even love me. And then you allow. After that, the next will be saying, after all, you're not. You get a child for me, prove you love me. After you get a child, after all, you have a child. You know?
It's trouble after trouble.
Conspiracy against women.
Yes.
To make sure the woman's body has been degraded to a place, to a low-hanging fruit. When she's up there as a temple of the Holy Spirit, it's a temple. She's unreachable. The woman holds herself the way God held her with a hymen of blood, sealed,
Yeah.
preserved for the marriage bed to be pure. Society will be angry because she's doing the right thing. She'll be happiest and fulfilled and living the high life.
Yes.
But now, holy people snack. They need snacks.
Yeah.
So they must confuse you. Just learn. In the midst of this controversy, take your stand. Main point for you should be clear. And I want you to set up your main points. So I want you to set early. Yeah. I don't want you to start saying, I thought it will lead. I thought it will lead.
It will lead to, yeah.
I thought. Can you set the main points? And once you get the main points in place, it becomes easier to research online, even read books, even listen to teachers who took that path. It's because you're not clear what you want. That's why you don't know how to get it.
Yeah.
When the what is clear, the how is easier. The reason many women are lost, they're not clear on the what.
So
They're
they
not
don't
clear
have
on
the
it.
how.
Yes. So anytime they're asking, which is the way, you're asking them to where? And they have no answer.
Yeah.
Imagine a person you're trying to help on the road. Madam, help me find the road. You ask them.
To where?
Yes. So many women asking for the way, but you're asking them.
Where they're going, they don't
Yes. I'm just trying to, but where is this one going? Oh, these routes are cyclic. They join to others. So which one do you want to go?
He wants to land somewhere.
You know? That is a problem in life we have with women, and they don't understand the brevity. If you think about your dating season, you realize the prime years are only 5. Then you have other off-peak years.
Okay.
As many as you want, but you'll be going against the current. If you want to plant maize and for the rains to water the maize for you, you're going to plant within a certain period.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yes.
If you want nature to water your crops, you plant them with the seasons
With the seasons.
of nature.
Yeah.
But you can always irrigate. You can irrigate yourself. at any time.
Yes.
You can even build greenhouse. If you want to create microclimate, we are not saying you can't marry at 52. You can,
Yeah.
but that time is not your group that is getting married, it's an individual case.
Yes.
You can do it, but we're just saying it is easier when you first flow with the season that is in. Your crops will go with other crops.
Yeah.
They'll be fertilized with other crops, watered with other crops, and nature will be behind you, and you will flow well. So I want you to understand the seasons and keep the main points the main point. Just decide early what you want. The moment you decide you want a healthy marriage, that subject of healthy marriage, by the law of Napoleon Hill, saying a clear goal becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you state it so clearly, even Brian Tracy has taught that. When I listen to most teachers, they say the moment you go as far as delineating, writing what you want,
Yeah.
things that relate to it pop up. Things that help you get it start to be more visible. And they said you can do a quick experiment by just thinking of a red car, the red BMW,
Yeah.
or maroon something. Think of a unique car and obsess with it, you start seeing it.
All over.
You've tuned
Yes.
into the space of that car. Your happy marriage becomes a red car. And the things that are attached to it begins to pop up.
Yes.
Your mind could not concentrate on everything, otherwise you become psychotic. Your mind is listening to your wishes to focus on them because the world is too noisy. I hope you know there is more sound than your ears are picking because your ears are limited to what they can hear so that you can live life. For example, your ears are not allowed to pick the whale.
Yeah.
The whale that is screaming in the sea is usually very loud. Very loud.
Yeah.
Elephants produce sounds very, very loud. So if the decibels that are produced by the whale is the same as the jet Boeing 747, but on a lower frequency, it's that loud, deafening.
Oh.
Thank God it was given at a frequency we can't pick. We don't need to hear whales screaming.
It would be so disturbing.
Yes. People would flee the coast and without it is very peaceful.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
it is very loud, but it is being done on another frequency. Some things are outside your frequency because you're not concerned with them now.
Wow.
You're not concerned with them. In fact, you can even record. If you go to a park, you can also record elephants with a cassette. Just a normal recorder, but play it back faster. The frequency comes up when you play faster.
Oh, okay.
You thought there's nothing that it recorded,
Yes.
but when you first play, you hear sound
Yeah.
because they're on a lower frequency. Elephants communicate across kilometers. Even their stomachs produce very heavy sounds with a heavy bass and travels very far,
Yeah.
but we don't hear them.
Wow.
Some of these things are elephants, some of these things are whales, some of these are just outside your frequency. You have not tuned into them.
I've never actually thought whales make any sound.
They're very loud.
Okay.
And also the sun. The planets are making a lot of sound.
Yeah.
Thank God it's outside our frequency. You'll be to be deafening. It will be deafening. Imagine the moon is noisy. We thought it's very quiet,
Yeah.
calm.
Like it's quiet. And peaceful.
It's just serene. Out there in space, stars are very loud.
Oh.
There's music going on there. Somebody even collected and combined the rhythm to show us that there's rhythm and asking, where is this energy coming from? To produce music, you need energy. Where's the energy coming from?
Yeah.
Who is playing these instruments? You know?
Yeah.
You have a rhythm. Once you have a goal saying, I would like to live a clean life, a decent home, a good car. I think for that, now your mind begins to ask, what kind of money will lead me there? What kind of salary? What kind of careers? What kind of... You start seeing women. My wife dropped somewhere through a market and girls came running to say, thank you for making us believe that girls can drive good cars. One time when she was young, she was in a showground, agricultural show. She saw a lady driving a clean car. That was her inspiration. One day I would like to drive a car like that. Why? She set a goal and everything that confirms that goal popped up,
Yeah.
began to be more visible. Now, what are you doing when you watch horror movies? horrible things
Yeah.
become more visible.
Yes.
What are you doing when you put in front of you divorce, affair, cheating, busted?
Becomes more visible.
Yes.
Ah.
You're not denying the truth that those things happen, but what you zoom in
Yes.
becomes louder, closer, more present. I was telling one young man the silent damage of pornography I've found with many people who I work with. They tell you that even after you finish watching it, those images don't leave your head, and they wreak havoc when you're trying to focus. They bring imaginations, they bring intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
And really, we came to know pornography is a war of the mind. It's not entertainment. It's not sex.
It's a war of the mind.
It's a destruction, pollution of the mind. It's a weapon aimed at your mind to make it impossible for your mind to help you. So the one thing is to keep the main points. Decide your main points for your life. I want a better marriage, that of my mother. Oh, I want a marriage like that of my mother.
Yes.
I would like a career like this. I would like a country. I would like an environment. I would like a setup.
Yeah.
I always loved countryside setup with trees and good houses and good lights. So that was my ideal. Being a countryside boy,
Yes.
I always wanted trees, lights, good house.
Yeah.
In fact, for me, ideal is when I drive home, I disappear into trees. That's my ideal. When the walkway is full of flowers,
Yeah.
I can even forget the car and walk
Oh,
on
my.
jacaranda flowers. For me, that's now heaven.
Yeah.
You know, it's not towering. In fact, if I can put it under the trees, just hidden there. That would be my idea.
Yeah.
I just to hear wind and nature and
And
birds.
peace.
Yes. So that was my heaven now. That was my main point.
Yeah.
And I came to know, when I came to Nairobi, I realized I was not seeing that until I realized I was in Eastlands, you know.
Yes.
When one time I
Yeah.
went to airport, I realized that is called suburbs. What you describe is leafy suburbs.
Yeah.
And it's the most expensive. Oh my God, it's the most expensive. How do you get here? You need to organize yourself to earn this kind of money.
True.
You're not going to get that life on the low-hanging fruit. That is to tell you, when you set the main point, the path to that main point begins to become more clear.
Yeah.
The next thing is to avoid being left in hanging, confused dating situations, is to only regroup, congregate, get close with your tribe, those who think like you. One reason women get lost is because every voice around them is telling them they are lost, they're losing time, they're getting old, they're expiring. Or when you have so many disagreeing voices, you get tired.
Yes.
When you have so many disapproving, sometimes it's even people from your sisters, your mother, I don't know who, telling you, now you're grown, you're working, what are you waiting for? Give us a child then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The one thing women have not done intentionally is to seek their type. Until they think they are alone and they are odd and they're crazy. They begin to believe societal voice.
Yeah.
They lower their guard and now they're lost. I hope you know what other people are comfortable doing. You won't be comfortable doing when you know you don't belong to that kind of life. You
Sure.
attempt it, you still feel out of place.
True.
You attempt getting a child, the people are just saying get a child. You care too much about a child. Them are just getting a child to fulfill their own.
Yeah.
You care about this human. What are they experiencing? Don't copy what people are doing when you cannot fit there, because even after you attempt it, you realize you don't have the equipment for it. And one of the things I've realized as women in this era, you can save yourself a lot of chaos. You can save yourself a lot of problems when you plan your life with a girl or two whom you have said, my girl said in their day they signed agreements with each other. Help me to accomplish this, and they helped each other.
Oh, with the friends?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
A group, they were doing, is it catechism, some of those classes, and they would find each other, you know, and we are few. This is not common in society, but we want to attempt it. We believe we can do it. Help me to reach there. Help, sisterhood of sorts.
Accountability.
Find
partner.
your sisterhood.
Yeah.
Find somebody you can go all the way. Find somebody you can promise. Even if some may not keep the promise, but you know that giving it your best
Yeah.
gives you a better outcome than if you just said, it's not possible, nobody's doing it. You know, when you are trying to go to university with my friend, and there were no people going to the university in the village. Our fathers were not taking anybody to university. And we were studying very hard, believing we'll pass and go, even when we don't know where the school fees will come from.
Yes.
We kept at each other's mind, and we would look out for each other to comfort each other. I just want you to get that one girl or that one, just one or two. Sometimes you're not many who believes what you believe, who dares to stand up to society. And when you're two of you, when Mary learned she had an unusual pregnancy, she went to another woman with another unusual pregnancy. They met, sang songs, comforted each other. It was Mary and Elizabeth who could understand each other. Sometimes what you carry is very unusual. The lifestyle you want is not common.
Yeah.
The goals you have are not popular. The lifestyle you want is scorned at because you're not allowing yourself to be used for a snack by society. Remember, when you choose yourself, you are not a good, usable thing by society. They will hate it.
Sure.
When you live right, you are not available for exploitation.
Yes.
So they will always call you names. You need one person who tells you, my sister, me too. Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
When those people meet today, you may see Sylvia meeting a guy they have not talked for 10 years.
Yes.
But the connection is so deep because they had a sisterhood
Oh, yeah.
back in the day. And they made it.
Yes.
They are here as a proof. You know?
Yes.
That connection is usually lifelong. Even when life takes you in America, another, I don't know where, when you finally catch up, you usually pick up from where you left.
Yes.
So seek that sisterhood proactively. And when you go seeking, you hear the language because you know how you talk.
Yeah.
You even when they are seated, you can see the vibe.
Yeah.
This looks like one of us. You can talk. Just tell you, it is easier to go the long haul when you're not alone. Find members of your tribe, of your mental way of thinking. Yes.
Oh, wow. When you were talking, I thought I remembered something I was reading on Lasting Love, and I want to share it with our viewers so you can comment a little bit about it. It says, many people today despise the importance of dating with dignity and clarity. They want to indulge physically during dating because they are together. Many times, what they are feeling is a trauma bond or attraction driven by unhealed wounds, and introducing sex brings chemical bonding on top of it. I found that very interesting, and I wanted to relate it with this topic because it somehow leads us to these situations of being used and left. And I wanted you to comment a little bit about it.
Yes, it's women thinking they can have casual sex. There's nothing casual when you are a very coherent person. Coherent people cannot have casual sex. Coherent means integral. You're in touch with your body. You're in touch with your feelings. You value what you do. And when you connect, when you love sincerely. If you are that kind of a person, forget it. You cannot have sex as a token for being a girlfriend. As a token for being a boyfriend. You will get bonded. In fact, we say your heart grows roots quietly. The day you try to uproot yourself, that's when you realize it's almost impossible. And you struggle. There's no tougher battles than inner battles. When you know this is the wrong place, but I'm paralyzed. Then there's an inner war. So the chemistry brought by premarital sex sometimes works against you. You begin to think you're in love when you're not in love. When you're just stuck. You begin to think you're together with the person when you're not together. Just to warn you that sometimes when you don't indulge physically, the clarity comes sooner. You realize, no, I think I'm relieving my father. I'm recreating the dad I used. I'm trying to make this person behave like my dad. Talk to me a certain way, treat me this way. I'm wondering, is that a husband vibe or a dad vibe? Only when you have physical distance and no strings attached can you reason. The moment you indulge physically, you can't reason. Yes.
Wow, that is quite intriguing. I would recommend this book to our viewers. That is Lasting Love, the latest book that we have, so full of wisdom and insights. Please grab this book, written by Benjamin Zulu, and many other books. We have Dating Right, a concise guide. We have Healing Your Inner Self, Before You Say I Do. All these books, you can get them on www.benjaminzuluglobal.com. I'd also want to remind our viewers that we have a Pre-25 conference on 14th of December 2024. Kindly note the date has moved from 9th of November now to 14th of December 2024. Underline that one, because we did this because we wanted to accommodate the people in school, because it's going to be a holiday and we want it to favor everyone out there who will benefit from this conference. It will be at Utalii Hotel on 14th of December 2024. Apologies for the changes, but it is quite important. Thank you so much for being with us. See you next time.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash